Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a FourCourtJester analysis. This is not exactly the normal kind of commentary that I normally do, which would be more of an objectional view, but this will be a first-person showdown of me playing Sivir in unranked. I am level 23, and I've kind of perfected something of a Sivir build that I kind of adapted from the forums. Not quite too sure which particular thread it was, but it has definitely run me a good amount of success. It doesn't work every time, but a good amount of success. People were asking about it, and well, I figured why not just show it. So I just decided to randomly just showcase a game. It did turn out I did very well. So you should be able to see a lot of the big strengths of this team, of this build, well, with my team, I suppose. And at the same time, you should be able to also identify the weaknesses, which I'll go over at the end. So the game did start. Sorry, I didn't get to the beginning there, but we do have a lineup here of Pantheon, Mordekaiser, Garen, Katarina, and Morgana. That is the enemy team. Definitely a little bit squishy. Their Mordekaiser theoretically is a good tank. Garen as well, you can build him fairly tanky. But at the same time, I mean, Pantheon is like a glass cannon thanks to this new patch. And that my team, however, does consist of Sivir with a Malhazar, a Namumu, a Heimerdinger, and a Cassiopeia. This was my first game with a Cassiopeia. In fact, I think this is my first game straight out of the patch. And she wanted mid, so I gave her mid. I don't mind, really. I mean, I'm much more of a laner myself, despite everyone's criticisms about that. But I will be laning here with Malhazar. We do have Katarina in the mid with a Cassiopeia. A little bit of harass coming down here from everyone. And there goes Aramumu. He was jungling. He's a giant present in this game. He was jungling. He died. Not the best start, I don't think. And at the same time, right now, Garen and this Pantheon are definitely doing their best to try to zone me out, so to speak. Every time Garen comes into range, I just try to run out of range and get off a few auto attacks. This definitely makes him back off a little bit. You know, early game, he is kind of squishy as well. But, I mean, I only have 613, and that was a fail boomerang on my part. So, in case for those that do not know Sivir, I'm just going to go over her skills very quickly. So, level 1, I got myself a boomerang, which is called, what is that called? It is called, no, just boomerang blade. And as you can see here, I get jumped on. I'm not going to throw that boomerang. I will throw it onto Garen because he likes to stand still, which is awesome for me. But a boomerang blade will just shoot out straight away from you and then come right back, deals damage both ways. So it's a very fun skill, and I like to think I use it to good use, but we will see. You can be the judge of that. Their second skill, which I just queued up, mistakenly I meant to go for the spell shield, which is their third skill, is called Ricochet, and for a slight mana cost, you can bounce that auto attack around and destroy. Oh look, Rocket Man is dead again. So that's 2 jungle deaths now on our jungler. Anyways, so Ricochet will just bounce around creep waves or heroes. It works on buildings as well if you target the building as first. So every time you go into a building and you got a creep wave approaching, you can just throw it down on top of those buildings and it will also work very well for you. The third ability is that spell shield. Zing zing, gotcha. That spell shield, and the spell shield will block 1 shield, and if successfully blocked, will restore mana. This is a very big component early game, especially when you're soloing with a Sivir as our mid goes down. So poor Cassiopeia could not stand up to her sister, but consolation prize, I guess the poison did eventually took her down. So both the mids KO each other, but I do believe that Spellzy, the Katarina, got the experience rather than our Cassiopeia. But 1-1 in the mid with 2 jungle deaths, not looking super great here in the early game for our team. You are hearing background in the music. That's just the radio. It just plays whatever it plays, so don't complain about music because it goes random. You actually also hear ads throughout the cast, which is unfortunate, but as I said, it's a radio. They got to make a living. So, that being said, we are going back now to a Sivir play. So, I am playing a laning Sivir with a Malhazar who so far is very passive in the lane. Now, of course, in the early game phase, you do want to go for a lot of those last hits. And sometimes I get them, sometimes I don't. I'm not going to claim that I'm an awesome last hitter. Depends on my opponents, I suppose. But my Malzahar gets jumped here, and now I do believe there is going to be a flash on top of that Garen, and I'm going to try the Boomerang Blade. I did ignite Garen as well, but I don't quite think he died. I can't really remember too well. Does not look like... Oh yeah, he's going to come back out here, and this is a great thing about Boomerang. Just predict where your enemy is going, and now I'm just going to get stunned. I'm going to flash away. I do take Ignite and Flash. I'm considering changing that up to Teleport and Flash, but with that Boomerang, the best idea that you can try to do is, of course, predict where your enemy is going and let both the front way and the back way hit up your enemy. So beginning items here on my Sivir was Adorn's Shield, as our mid does go down again, and a good Boomerang landing there on the Pantheon. It's very easy actually to dodge that Boomerang. You always just have to keep moving, and if I throw it in the wrong spot, that's going to be the end of that. So with my lane mate dead, the Garen dead as well, I do notice mid is still mid, which is good, and I'm going to fail at those last hits. I'm going to back off now, as we do have Malzahar coming back, and it does look like mid is missing as well, and so I just pinged there saying, I'm getting back, don't go too far forward. Unfortunately, Malzahar is a little too forward here. So Garen is returning to the lane. I'm going to go back. There goes the recall. And there's our Rocket Man. If you look down south right now, Katarina just went into the bushes. Malzahar, for some strange reason, got in front of her. And now it looks like he's just getting massively pwned in the face. And I am going to come back here and say, oh, crap. And now I'm going to say, oh crap, dude, we even vinged. So he went one-on-one. To be fair, he did get her down really low. She did tower dive a little bit. Unfortunately, he still died. And now that's 2 deaths there from my lane partner. So basically, I'm just saying, man, I got to man up. And now I got to bring this lane back under my control. So I'm going to come down south. Boomerang Blade, after you really kind of give up hope on destroying enemy heroes, here goes the Ricochet. So Ricochet allows you to grab 2 free hits for the price of 1. Well, okay, not quite the price of 1. But early item build here is after that Dorn's Blade, get yourself a Boots as well as a Meki Pendant. And that will give you a lot of spam ability with that Boomerang. Now, for my runes, I am level 23. I went 2102 as my Masteries. And my runes are red, flat attack damage runes. And in there for yellow, I do believe I have attack speed runes. And in there for blue, I have cooldown reduction runes, which are okay. They're not the best, but they're okay. Now, Pantheon is, as I said, a little bit of a glass cannon, but he has a lot of disable at his command. He does have that jump into you. He will also block an attack every 4 attacks, I believe, or every 4 spells, whichever comes first, really. And at the same time, he also has his grand Skyfall. So great initiation or escape mechanism. Bam, that's a good amount of health from that Boomerang. I like the Boomerang. Now, the reason that I build her the way I do is I have to go very offensive-minded, because I build her very defensive-minded. And what does that mean? That means, as you'll see from my item build, I try to go very tanky. So, I mean, I do a lot of solo Q, which is massive fail sometimes. A little bit massive fail. I'm just calling it. We're all missing. In fact, almost every hero is missing. But Garen is mid. He's coming down that river, and I'm well aware of this as I'm kind of just hanging out. You don't want to push these towers too much, because there is going to be the time where you're going to be overextending, and then you're just going to get backdoored, and it's not going to be so very fun at all. So Garen is now down south. Pantheon is now gone missing, but he is level something. I don't remember. But I've always got to be aware of his Grand Skyfall. It's just like any game you're playing with a Twisted Fate. You got to be very aware of backdoor maneuverabilities where your flank is unprotected. I mean, that's the majority of the places where people don't protect their flank. And I kind of remember coming up of me not protecting my flank. So here's a great idea of what not to do. Do not push that tower, and do not let a Pantheon jump on you, just like he did there. My flash is down, my ult is up, but I am exhausted. I am going to get off the Boomerang. It's not going to be enough to finish either of them off. But between the two of them, they didn't do that successfully really that well. Yes, fine, I died. My flash just comes up. Yay. Could have saved me a lot of hassle there. For the boots, I always try to get myself my magic resistance boots. And there we go, a Tear the Goddess. Tear the Goddess is a very core component. It is always the first item that I build. As I said, you want a lot of mana for what I'm about to show you guys. As I said, not revolutionary. I'm not going to claim I'm the best at it, like a certain Milk Fat of League of Legends fame. But at the same time, I think it does well for solo queue. It doesn't win me every game, but it wins me more than not. I've actually had the pleasure of carrying Orgasm with it, so he can attest to that. And if anyone knows Orgasm, big shout out to him. Rocketman does come up top for a gank. He does have both the bust, but Morgana here with the spell shield, she's just going to chase him right down. He's not that tanky. And at the same time, I do think they did kill the Mordekaiser. Now Heimerdinger's going to chase her off, and our Rocketman is not the smartest of smarty beans. So he also can't type, but as I said, it's solo queue, so I kind of apologize for the quality of all that as a little bit of banter goes on. But yeah, so I am now back to the lane. I am now in a good kind of idea. I'm at level 7. I've taken 1 in Ricochet, 1 in Spell Shield. I have 1 in my ultimate. My ultimate on the hunt gives me increased attack speed, increased movement speed, and my passive, I suppose, is Fleet of Foot, which gives me extra dodge. Now, I originally did have extra dodge runes in my Sivir for the blue runes. I'm pretty sure. No, I had MP5 in there. I've never had dodge runes. My mistake. I have tried building her defensively though, down the defensive tree, and it just didn't suit me to that great an effect. So, level 8 now, going with another level of Boomerang, and really with the Severe, you want to max out that Boomerang and the Ricochet first. You only really need 1 in Spell Shield for it to be effective. I mean, that's all it is. It's a spell shield. Unless you want more mana returned from it. Now, we do have Rocketman. He is going to find this Mordekaiser in here. I'm going to pop my ult for the extra movement speed for both myself and my ally. Now we're going to chase him down a little bit. We got Cassiope coming out. Pantheon is going to try to get in here, but Spellsy, for some strange reason, just walks right into it, and I'm going to say I got red in my eyes. I want that Mordekaiser dead. I am going to throw it. I'm going to predict where that is, and boom goes the dynamite, or in this case, the boomerang, and now we do got Pantheon. He's going to try to make something of this, but I'm going to use my spell shield to block that jump, which is the stun, which is not what you want to do, because as soon as he stuns you, he's going to come out with his, is it Furious Strikes or Blazing Strikes? It is Heartseeker Strikes. So, my mistake. And that basically, he's a glass cannon, so he's going to rip you apart, so to speak. So now I got my Tear of the Goddess. I got a few kills under my belt. I'm going to upgrade my boots to the Merc Treads. And now I'm going to go hunting a little bit. So with my ultimate, I mean, that's a lot of extra movement speed, a lot of extra attack speed, and when you can get up to your mass Ricochet, then it's just going to destroy creeps. I mean, Sivir is widely regarded as one of the best creepers of the game simply because of that Ricochet. So I'm going to cover mid for a little bit. Oh, what's that? A boomerang to the face. Katarina, get out of here. My lane, my house, my tower, etc. So, you know, all criticism is welcome for this build. I'm just giving it as kind of an idea of how I play it. I'm not going to say it's the best, but it does me well. And if you're still with me, you're probably going to find that out. So I do got 3 mid here. The Mordekaiser's been forced out of the top by that Heimerdinger. And yeah, Heimerdinger was solo, right, because I was laning. And I'm going to use my Ricochet here to try to get the last hits. Of course, I don't have that much attack power yet. Sorry, attack damage. I really gotta stop saying attack power, because this is not World of Warcraft. But I'm at 91 attack damage. Now that's only simply because of my flat attack damage runes, which are really just purely there for the early level, for the last hits, which I'm spectacularly failing at. But we do have a Cassiope here mid, and she's going to be throwing out her fangs for a little bit, her miasma, her poison. We got a little bit of a Shunpo there from the Spellsy. Spellsy is going to get hit by the Amumu, and now this is not going to look good for her at all, but Katarina got buffed to a pretty good degree, and she can hit all 3 people that she wants with that ultimate of hers at any level now. Garen getting hit by the Malzahar ult, and now really the other team is just in disarray and really low health. So they're going to back off. We did not die, which is good. Surprised the heck out of me. There's a great Ricochet bounce right there. 318 plus golds going up. I don't quite think I'm going to catch this Mordekaiser. Oh, I do catch the Mordekaiser. Okay, there we go. So a good max range boomerang. The range actually has no matter to the damage at all. But I hit him, a creep finished him off, and lulz ensued. So that was fun times. It was like, well, I could go back to town, or I can use my boomerang to creep. So I'm up to 94 damage. My gold is steadily rising. I'm up to 900 now. I don't quite think I'm going to go for the red, but I do see a juicy target up top in the forms of this Heimerdinger. Now, I did buy a ward. You will notice I bought a ward a little bit ago. I meant to put it down bottom, kind of just forgot. So I figured, why not? I'll put it up top, and I kind of missed that boomerang. So, oh well. Lost my chance. Fail, Sivir. Fail. But I am level 10. And I was a laning hero, remember. I'm a level 10. I'm 4-1-1. And actually, I'm beating our mid. Which is pretty good, I think. At least in my opinion. But I'm pretty opinionated here. So Mana Immune is the big item that I'm going to be looking at here. Mana Immune for a Sivir converts all that extra mana that you've gained from killing creeps. Is it killing creeps or using attacks? Either way, it goes hand in hand. I'm going to have a huge creep score by the end of this, which means I'm going to be throwing out a lot of boomerangs. And every time I throw out a boomerang and kill stuff, I gain mana. And that mana caps at about 1,000 plus, or sorry, plus 1,000. And it also increases my damage. So I'm up to 104 damage now just from picking up that extra little blade. And then when I do pick up the Mana Immune recipe, I'm going to be jumping to... I don't know, I think about the 140 range or so. So, like 40 damage just based upon my mana. Pretty good deal, I think. We do notice that people are going up into our jungle here. We do have a Moo, the kind of failed jungler here, and he's going to actually initiate. And I guess I wasn't really paying too much attention, just going for the last hits. But Amumu's in trouble, guys. He's in trouble because he's found Spellsy, who was on that Katarina, and he has found a Garen. Mordekaiser is running away. I have used my ult because I do want to. Catch these guys. I did throw a boomerang out to Rar Scatty there, in case you were wondering what the heck happened there. He did throw out a blind, and unfortunately that almost is enough to get me because I didn't DBS him down long enough. This Garen is going to try his best to get me. Unfortunately, he does not. Alright, well, I guess that's subjective. Fortunate for me. Malzahar was on the chase, so I didn't feel too bad. And I do know that those two pathways there are prone for having lots of people jump out at me. So I'm not going to do the recall right there, because I've seen lots of people die there. But I do think we did kill 2 people there. So it does look like Morgana does go down to this Cassiopeia. I actually think that was a triple kill. I'm not listening with sound, because I accidentally killed my sound for some reason. And there's my Mana Immune. I went from 106 to 137 damage. Pretty decent gain. 30 damage, and now I have a whole bunch of mana, and now I'm just going to come back out here. Doing pretty good. 5-1-1 is the score. 10-7. We are in the lead. Malzahar here is just covering the mid. We haven't lost a tower yet, but we haven't pushed a tower yet either. Here's the next big strength of Sivir. With that ultimate, since it affects all allies, not just ally heroes, all allies, it is a great and wonderful pushing tool. So go into a lane, push it up, take the creeps, make sure that there's a catapult with you, but take the creeps, use your ult, land a ton of free hits on the tower. If they're not going to defend it, it's yours. Almost essentially any kind of 6 creep push with a catapult, and you're just whamming away at it with your ultimate, it's almost as good as dead. Now later on, of course, it does become as good as dead once you start leveling up your damage, which is going to be pretty high. So here goes the Ricochet bounces. Now Ricochet bounces, again, is another great way of harassing a hero from far away. I popped my spell shoot here because I figured I was going to get shunpoed, and I wanted to block that. Amumu does get out of that as well, so fail gank is fail, and while stuff was happening here, look what's going on down south. Pantheon getting free farm. That is something you do not want to do. I kind of did leave my team because I figured we wanted to go gank, but it turns out that was a bad idea because Rocketman, our failed jungler there, died, as well as Malzahar. In fact, I think all of them died. I don't actually remember too well. But Shrimp here is going to get a good jump on me. I unfortunately did not get the spell shield off fast enough, and it goes up secondary, which kind of fails. But there goes the ricochets again, getting a lot of last hits there. Now, I don't really play against that Pantheon too much, and I kind of figured he had longer cooldown on his stuff. Turns out he doesn't. So, he cleans me up pretty quick. Looking at his items, he does have himself a Brutalizer, 2 Dorns, an Avarice, as well as Berserker's Greaves. So he's getting pretty damagey. He is actually higher level than me. He's the highest level in the game. No, that's wrong. Heimerdinger's highest level of the game. But he is 3-0, and I'm 5-2. So I have 2 deaths over him. I got 3 kills over him. Sorry, 2 kills over him. But 2 deaths as well. So, not so fun. They are exploring our jungle, and now the next big component of my build, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a Warmogs. I'll let that sink in for a second. Warmogs. As I said, not a new concept. I think I stole it from this forum somewhere, but I've really come to like it, especially in solo queue. Oh, this is great. Spellsy actually goes poof right there. She runs right through the brush, and there's a Heimerdinger turret in it. it's hilarious. Heimerdinger actually doing really well. As I said, he's the top level of the game. He's held his top. I don't think he's died. Now he actually has a few kills. Cassiope did come down south to cover with me. This tower is getting low. Pantheon is missing. Mordekaiser is in the mid. Oh, there's the Pantheon. I'm still a little bit afraid of him. So I'm actually very grateful he ran away. But Ricochet, look at all those creep kills. Good stuff. I'm up to 142 damage now, so the damage keeps climbing. Even though I don't have to buy anything, the damage keeps climbing. And it never goes away. Permanent damage. It's awesome. It's great. Cassiope here is going to be taking this golem. I'm not very interested in dragons simply because I have no lifesteal at this point. So I know I'm not going to do that. I know I'm not going to be pushing bot because Cassiope came bot and then she went mid and now she's going back bot and now she's coming back mid. I have no idea what she's trying to do. Out goes the boomerang. Lots of money, money, money right there. I like it. After I do max out that boomerang, I do go to max out that ricochet. That's it. So if I target the tower here, the ricochet will actually bounce into the creep waves, which is great for me because I land shots on the tower and I start destroying the creep wave, which means I get to stay there longer, even though I did just lose my bottom turret. So Pantheon now with a turret under his belt. Spellsy's just going to sit there and eat my boomerang for me, which is awesome. And I'm going to tell people, we cannot ignore this Pantheon. So what to do to counter that Pantheon? Well, you could do a whole bunch of ganks. I obviously can't do them one-on-one. I just realized that as I died, right? I died. It's a shame. I died, but I did, so whatever. So I'm just going to keep pushing, and this is what I try to do. After I get the Man Immune with the Merc Shreds and the Dorn Shield, it's time to just go creeping. And the best way to go creeping is to kill creep waves, solo. So I'll roam. Good kill up here on top by the Malzahar, but it does look like Mordekaiser, sorry, not Mordekaiser, whatever his name is, Waffles boy there, he does die. Spellsy gets another kill, which is annoying as hell. And we destroyed an enemy turret because Cass pushed mid. I'm going to throw out the boomerang. I'm actually going to not land that. Going to use a great spell shield there. Well, yeah, it's great because it's very subjective. I do ignite that Katarina who jumps right into tower range, which is not the smartest idea of her. And we do have Rocket Man to the rescue as he's going to clean up that Garen for us. And now we do have the Morgana ult coming out with that goop, and at the same time she's going to use her own spell shield to actually save her life right there from my boomerang, because she knows my boomerang goes out and back, out and back. We're not going to push this advantage because there are too many others missing, especially getting jumped upon by a Pantheon. Remember, last time I died to that Pantheon, okay, sorry, actually the time before that I died to the Pantheon, he kind of hit me when I was hitting this tower, and yeah, being between a Pantheon and a tower is not very fun, so I'm going to do what I do best, clean up some creep waves. Kaboom. It's just good stuff. And out goes the Ricochet, as I said, just cleans right through these creep waves, no problem. So that is also a reason why I go for the Warmogs. The Warmogs has a lot of health. And at the same time, every time you kill a creep, or a minion, or a creep, or a hero, it adds more health. It actually also adds health regen. That's just an extra bonus for me. But it does go for the health, and I'll show you why a little later on when I do get to the rest of my item build. So I am looking at my Warmogs here. Let's just take a quick look at Cassiopeia. She's going to clean up these Drays. I'm going to leave her be. I'm actually going to come top because the creep waves look good. Actually, I think I did want to kill that Morgana. And Tiny Shrimp is on a rampage. With Spellsy grabbing a double kill. Oh, that was just from the top. Down south at the Dragon is a 2-on-3 or a 3-on-2 or a 4-on-1. Either way, it does look like my team is going to be dying, and I don't really seem to care. That's a double kill dominating from Tiny Shrimp. If you recall, that is the Pantheon. Pantheon doing very well. We do go around looking for this Morgana. We can't find him. And Rocket Man there is being super awesome and saying, push something. Oh, look, we're pushing something. They're all bots. Remember, he just said they're all bot, like 10 seconds ago now. He said they're all bot. I'm just going to wham on this tower, but now I decide, nah, it's probably not a good idea. They're not all the bot. Look at that. 2 mid, 1 bot, 1 top. That is hardly all bot. Oh, look, here's Pantheon. Pantheon's going to jump on me. That's super awesome. Flash to the rescue, as well as a little bit of help here from Heimerdinger. We are going to have a Dark Binding go out. Unfortunately for her, it's not going to hit. And we're going to say, wow, hey, the map is eerily silent. We do have Crotch Waffle here. He's about to return to base. Nope, actually he's not. We have a Katarina here, and we do have an Amumu here. Wow, 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 I say. I'm going to throw out that boomerang. It did not have any effect. Malzahar's going to get eaten alive. Shouldn't have done that, but, yep. Yeah, not very impressed with my Rocket Man. This is great, quite actually great. She jumps in and boom. She is way too cocky. That Katarina, way too cocky. Anyways, so that was our top fight. And I am now sitting at 623. I got 2,600 in the bank, and guess what's about to happen? I think I get my Warmogs. Let me double check. Warmogs? Yes, I do get my Warmogs. Alright, so the Warmogs here is going to bring me up to a huge amount of health, and look at my damage, 164. That is not from any extra damage items, that's just purely from my man immune. As we do see DK Mom getting shred top by his tiny shrimp, who, the glass cannon himself, yeah, he's a glass cannon at this point. No survivability, but hey, who needs it when you can just kill people in 2 shots? Like, good fun times there, yeah. So my damage keeps going up because of man immune, so I do get myself some health. And every creep kill I kill is going to give me extra health. So I'm going to kill as many creep kills as I can. And this is going to lead me to my next item, which I'll show you in a bit, because I'm probably going to be picking it up in a bit, as I just try to keep farming these creep waves. Now, as I said before, another big aspect of Sivir is pushing towers. We only have 1 tower down right now. It's been very hard to push these towers, because I'm always trying to, you know, help my team or not die from an enemy gank. It's not the best life to live, but it is a life I do live. So I'm going to go up top. I'm going to say, oh, well, this won't take long. Boom, boom, boom. Lots of money. I like it. I always wondered why there's different gold amounts if I kill something. I always have to just assume it's related to the health, but that's all I can assume at this point. So we do have at least 2 here in the form of Garen and Katarina. I'm going to throw out my boomerang onto this Garen and run away like a pansy girl because, well, I don't want a Garen up in my face. Damacia is going to really hurt. But Spellsy is, she's been doing this a lot. Tower diving, that is. So I'm going to throw out the boomerang, and she's going to sit there tanking a tower. She's going to get stunned by the Cassiopeia, and then I'm going to... I think I killed her. No, Cassiopeia killed her. But Amumu's going to use her ult, and we have blood in our faces. We got red in the eyes. We want these guys dead. We want this Morgana dead. Somebody even ignited her. I think that was actually me. And I don't even get the kill, which is... well, saddening. But here comes a Mordekaiser from the bottom, and right now it's 3 of us to 1 of them, except that we did just lose that Cassiopeia, and now I'm going to get exhausted by something. I don't have a flash up. I just used my ult to get out of that, and it does not look like they want to push. So I'm not too sure that was worth it. We lost 2. They lost 2. Okay, yeah, so it was worth it. But it was Katarina, and Katarina's being really dumb. So at this point, I would have rather traded, you know, two for 2, you know, with somebody important like a Pantheon, for example, because he's really important in this match. I'm not too sure how their Mordekaiser and their Garen is doing. Technically, those are 2 very tanky characters. And right now, I guess I just happen to always see them with low health bars. So maybe that's not their fault at all. But there's another example of Ricochet just bouncing around. It just creeps and creeps and creeps. I'm at... I don't actually know how to check my creep score from here, but I'm not going to be looking at it. So I am going to try to protect our Amumu here. Our Amumu is going to go down, and now we got a Ghost Amumu, but we're going to pick up Rar Skadi from that Malhazar, and that's just going to eliminate the Ghost altogether. Now we're going to do some pushing. I can't remember if this is a good idea or not, but I see creep waves, and I see the opportunity to charge up my Warmogs as well as, well, gold at this point. And gold is the name of the game. Lots of gold, lots of gold. So we just look at the scores a little bit there. And, I mean, the score ultimately is 21-19 with them winning on all fronts. They're winning in kills. They're winning in towers. They've probably killed the dragon. And, oh, look, I kind of just revealed my next item. It is going to be an Atma's Impaler. Now, for those that don't know, Atma's is plus damage, plus critical strike, as well as scaling damage off my health. So I'm going to pick up the critical strike first because, well, when you crit with a ricochet, then, you know, all that extra damage is also going to ricochet, which is pretty cool. And that can actually add up quite a bit. It really does, actually. So Pantheon's going to come down here. Crotchwaffle's looking very dead right now, especially with an exhaust on him. Spellsy, not quite quick enough to spell shield that, but Amumu not going to be getting that Spellsy. So we're just in here. I'm going to be blowing my ultimate, and now, right now, we're on the very big defense. I'm just trying to get a lot of auto attacks off. The Ricochet is bouncing around. I grab a few kills right there. Tiny Shrimp, I don't know why he's there, but that Boomerang. Triple kill for the Boomerang. Oh, I like it. I don't know why they stood still, but hell, I liked it a lot. So, pick up a triple kill there, including their Pantheon, which is a huge extra. Like, look, I have 2,000 gold now. I have 2,000 gold now. I think I just spent 800. I had 500 left over. Now I'm up to 2,000. Plus, I got myself a red buff. So I'm just going to attack this tower here. I'm going to tank it as well. I mean, I'm at 3,200 hit points right now. It's only 30 minutes into the game. I say that as only, but it's level 17. Okay, resynced, I hope. Alright, so yeah, this tower is definitely having better days. I turned off my ricochet. There's nobody to attack there, so save myself some mana. But the mana immune provides me a lot of mana, 1,600 mana to be in fact. So with that team fight 1, I mean, I think we killed all 5 of them. Pretty sure we killed all 5 of them. And we take out the tower. As I said, this is another great thing of Sivir. I can just destroy creep waves. So far it's working good. 927, 15 of our 23 kills I've been a part of. Good critical strikes numbers. I'm liking it. I got lots of money, and here comes my Atmos. My damage right now, 169. That is my damage right now. My armor is 76. I picked this up, 239 damage, 121 armor. That is a good jump. A good jump. I guess I had just had so much money I figured I could buy the catalyst right off the bat. Turns out I cannot, but the next item, the fifth item of this build is indeed going to be a Banshee. So now that I'm super, big and tanky, I got lots of damage coming out of here. What can I do? Well, I have a mana immune. I have an Atmos. I scale damage off mana. I scale damage off damage. Look at this damage. It is great. I just popped my ult here, and right now the ricochets are bouncing around. It looks good, ladies and gentlemen. It looks good. Boomerang going to grab myself another kill there. I am unstoppable. It feels good. One thing to do, if people are running away, I wouldn't really suggest this for anyone like an average person, so to speak, but if I see people running away and I see a creep wave running towards me, I'm going to start attacking that creep wave with ricochet on. Because the ricochet will actually bounce right down the creep wave and still attack my hero for me, even though she's out of range. So I am just cleaning up these heroes, no problem. 1671 mana, 3,200 hit points. I'm up to 10-9. As I said, it was a pretty good game for me. And right now, back to the original point, the damage build right now of Atmos and the mana immune means I'm scaling damage off both mana and health. So what items give both mana and health, and in this case a free spell shield, which makes me doubly hard to land some hits on? It's going to have to be a Banshees. Now they did nerf Banshees. This game actually has the nerf Banshees. That says it's my first game with Cassiopeia right out of the patch, and it reduced the health and the mana components a little bit. So my end numbers don't actually look as high as they used to, which is fine because they're pretty ridiculous anyways. But it is with the nerf one. Now with the Banshee shield, it gives me that passive spell shield, and then I can activate my spell shield again for another spell shield, which is pretty cool. At least I think so. I'm going to see. I mean, look, this is the big problem with Tiny Shrimp right now. He's Pantheon. He's doing well. He has a lot of kills under his belt. He has something like 11 kills under his belt, which is really good. But he's very shreddable. I mean, that was one boomerang. Yes, sure, fine. It's scaling off 245 damage, plus whatever my ability power for my talents are of like 1% per level or something like that. I don't quite remember. But Spellsy wants to make something of it here. This is probably her mistake. But we do have a Mumu going to come in. He's going to just use his ult here, and I'm going to chase down this Garen. Garen deserves to die. Cassiopeia, I think, actually picks up the kill here as he goes down. Now Mordekaiser is looking very tasty. A Mumu is going to grab that, but I do have a boomerang going off and around. I don't have my ult up, but I do have a flash. I'm not too sure if I use it. I thought I saw Katarina up here, but I guess I didn't, as she's nowhere near that, and that was actually really good for us. We did lose Malhazar, but whatever. We lost Malhazar. Who cares? There's the Spellsy. She is down by that tower. So other big items that you could pick up is if you didn't want to scale off both the mana and the hit points, you could just go something pure hit points, or you don't even have to scale anything past this at all. I mean, I'm at 254 damage, probably because of a Mumu there. Oh, almost getting that Spellsy. I was really disappointed. I actually didn't get that Spellsy right there. But you don't even actually have to scale anything past this if you really don't want to. You could just go straight for Stark's Fervor if nobody else on the team has it. Actually, I don't think anyone else on this team has it. And I'm just looking at my buffs right now. I do have an Aegis on me, and that's probably from that Amumu. So that's probably the other source of big damage. Yeah, +8 from him. Yeah, I'm just kind of asking my team, like, well, I'm up here dicking around. There's 4 of them defending. Why aren't you guys doing anything? But that's just me. So I'm going to clean up this creep wave. Boomerang's awesome. La 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 la. Yeah, fun times. I think I'm done with this lane. I'm going to go back. I'm going to pick up nothing. I don't remember why I go back, but there's still 4 of them up here. Oh yeah, so I noticed there's 4 of them up here, and now I'm like, wow, I'm 100 gold off. Whatever, fine, I'll just go creep. So I figure I'll go defend bottom. Or, sorry, kill bottom. I mean, this is what I'm supposed to do. I'm a Sivir, I'm supposed to push. So, go push. I do realize they're still up there. I do realize... You guys can feel free to pause and look at that. I left it up there for you guys. And I'm not really going to go over it. But, yeah, they're highly on the defense right now. But I don't care. I would rather trade this tower down here for wasting my time upstairs. In that lane. So I'm just going to come down here with my failed little creep wave. But I'm doing a lot of damage right now, which is amazing. I mean, I'm scaling off 2 things. And I'm just going to shred that creep wave, and I'm going to let my creep wave come back. Morgana wants to make something of it. I do notice the health on that tower. It's not the best. Now, I did use my spell shield. I don't remember why. She's going to use her spell shield, and I'm just going to run away. I am going to pop the ultimate, and now I'm just going to attack that tower. Now, the problem is ricocheting off a tower with a hero there means it's going to hit that hero. And when it hits that hero, the tower is going to target you. That's another reason I like to try to get myself a Warmogs, because you can tank the tower now. So now Morgana without a tower, as I do see DK Mom there on Cassiopeia picks up a double kill. Oh, sorry, a triple kill up top. See, why would I waste my time up top? My team had it. They killed 4 heroes. They killed all 4 heroes up there. The only one alive right now is Morgana. And I'm down here facing her, so they're feeling pretty good. I feel pretty good because I know I'm not going to have anyone gank me. I just cleaned up 6 more creep waves, and now I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to hit this tower. I'm going to use the spell shield against that dark binding, because I think it's the only thing that it's going to prevent. And we're just going to go back and forth until she overextends. Like, alright, fine. You want to go? Fine. So I do throw down the ignite. I don't have my ult up. I do have my snare up. And I kill her. 1-on-1. I didn't quite score the ace because somebody lived. And I just checked the scoreboard to see who did live. And a little bit of a big roar there. But yeah, it's time to get out now. It's time to get out. So that's going to be a lot of gold. That's actually going to be my Banshees right there. And it's like, oh, look, Mordekaiser. Great. I'm not going to go through that. I wonder if Pantheon's around. I didn't see any big Skyfall. Oh my god! Yep. I was scared out of my mind right there. So now my Banshee goes down. That's another 20 damage added on. I went from 248, 244, something like that, to 263 plus. Now I brought up my magic resistance. I brought up my mana as well. Brought up my health. I'm sitting at 3752 right now without an Aegis around me, which is pretty awesome. Pretty awesome, yeah. And right now, you might say, oh, well, you're done. Except I'm not done. See that Dorans? Get rid of it. Now that I'm this deep into my item pool, I don't need a Dorans for survivability. It's sure it is damage at the same time. And, oh yeah, this Cassiopeia, she's gonna run away. Actually, she's running the wrong way. I found that actually pretty funny. But Cassiopeia is just going to be throwing down her poison to prevent all escape routes, and Katarina is just going to kill herself, it seems. Nope, she wanted to get away. Yep. There she goes. Denied. Oh yeah, fun times. Anyway, so back to this Doran Shield. Doran Shield now is going to become your last slot. So keep it until you have enough money to buy something better, or until you have enough money to actually finish whatever you're trying to build. And this Doran's is going to be your expendable part, because it served its purpose. I'm now almost 40 minutes into this game, and at the same time, you know, the early to mid game stuff doesn't really apply anymore. I'm creeping like a mofo. I do a ton of damage, 272 with this Aegis near me. And I have 2 spell shields, plus my ultimate for attack speed. And guess what? There's still a tower up here. I'm not too much of a fan of this. And I want towers. I mean, towers are gold, towers are experience, and at the same time, towers are map control that I want to take away from my enemy. So, that is what I try to do. If all else fails, I'm going to push towers. Actually, I'm going to use my ult right here and just tank that shrimp. Check him out. He can't do anything, but a Mumu does go in to this tower. I'm just going to focus down Scatty for some reason. No, I'm going to focus down this tower and let the ricochets just bounce around, because I want this tower dead. As I said, I want this tower dead. The ricochets go around. I think I killed someone there. I'm not actually too sure. But that was a lot of damage. I'm just bouncing around, not even focusing on them. Spellsy actually lives. I was going to say she goes down, but no, she doesn't. Spellsy lives. They do take out our Amumu and our Malhazar, and we do have a gun here, kind of sitting from Crotchwaffle, which is a great name, Crotchwaffle. I'm going to clean up some creep waves because I don't want to let up on the pressure of this tower. But if you do look at the map, you know, the mid and the bottom lane has a Pantheon. He just showed up, but I don't care. I'm looking for blood right now. I do notice that he is there. I do notice we do have a Mumu up in 10 seconds. And I don't care. I get this tower because I'm doing a lot of damage. And now it's time to back up. I mean, these guys are back. They're they're full health, full mana. It's time to get out. Does Crotchwaffle get out? Yeah, I think he gets out. That's fine. So I'm going to run all the way across the map because I'm an idiot. So Cassiopeia, I noticed, just respawned or went to town or something. And so, you know, with her poison-based attacks, I figured she could take him out, but he ran away because he's a jerk. Yep, I'm going to melt some creep waves here myself. Now, you might be wondering, what am I going for? And I actually don't remember. I got 3K in the gold, 3K gold in the back, in the bank, so to speak. I got 3,000 gold. What do I go? I think I went Bloodthirster. I'm trying to remember. Bloodthirster is a great item again on a Sivir because you're going to be creeping so much. It's very easy to bring up your creep score, which means it's very easy to charge things like a Bloodthirster. Oh, look at that! I can buy it right off. 325 damage now, and I have lifesteal. That's the big thing. I crit for something like 700, which is ridiculous. My items are complete. Yay! Yeah, so I'm going to crit for something like 700 with Nova on people without armor, which is actually no one on their team. So I'm not going to crit 700 on them. I'm going to crit 700 on minions and creeps and stuff like that. And after you're done this, you just got to go charge it. So I'm going to add another 40 damage to this. Brings me to 365 damage fully charged, if I can get there. I don't remember when I got there, but it's pretty impressive work, at least by my standards. Now, people do look at this build, and they say, oh, look, you rushed your Warmogs. You are smart. To which I say to that, well, yeah, but I'm doing over 300 damage, and good luck trying to take me one-on-one, like Spellsy's trying to do here. But then it turned into a 3-on-1, and they all want me dead, including this Pantheon. And Pantheon is actually going to jump on me and melt my face. Yeah. This was actually not a very good team fight for us at all. But I did get some ricochets off in there, and Rocket Man is in here tanking like a boss because he's pretty awesome. But there comes a Mordekaiser. Here comes our Cassiopeia. And they're just going to go right back around. I was going to tell them to defend. I don't know where they went. I'm doing 11-3-13. Best score in the game, except for that Pantheon, who's 11-2-5. You be the judge. I thought he was doing really good. But at this point, I'm feeling very confident. Like, yeah, fine. I got ganked by about 5 people there, including a whole bunch of ults. I feel pretty good that they won't be able to do that. Look at that Damashian, just 700 damage. What a ridiculous amount of damage. And that was like the only magical part. So that's actually lies. All that magic coming out of Katarina. Anyway, so this is another big strength in the late game. I mean, I have 3,600 hit points. Warmogs with health regen. I got a Banshees for the magic and the spell block as well as health. And now I'm going to be scaling a lot of damage off creep kills, thanks to this Bloodthirster. So, yeah, I'm pretty impressed with it. I got all this gold now, so there's nothing left to do except potion stack, which is also another great late game thing you can do. But I mean, yeah, I mean, Sivir, she's a great creeper. I like her. She's a great pusher, but I build her tanky because, again, this is solo queue. I don't like being a glass cannon, especially in games with bads. Now, I do think I was on Skype with Tenshiro Nova, Soulblighter7 on Twitter, during this entire map, just complaining about my team in general. And then it turns out, you know, I'm doing actually really good. Best game of my life with Sivir. Did you see those crits? 577 crits. That was pretty good, I think. Now, what else can you do with once you get your items like this? Now I'm just gonna start melting Morgana here. I threw up the spell shield, but the spell shield is down. I don't know what Rocket or Malahazar is doing, but I'm going to throw out this boomerang, try to protect everyone. But everyone is here now. Amumu is going to be doing a lot of work, and look at the bounce. The bounce kills that Morgana, which is pretty awesome. I'm just sitting here with my ultimate on. I'm not even using my ignite, and oh look, it's a tiny shrimp, and oh look, he's melting really quick. So a quadra kill right there for myself. Pretty awesome, I think. La 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 la. Yeah, sorry. That was just me. 363 damage is what I'm doing. 3867. My crit strike chance is something like 28 or 29%. Oh yeah, I had red buff during that entire fight, so I'm adding a lot of dot damage there as well. So that went pretty good for me, I think. Yeah, pretty good. I'm gonna go with pretty good. Yeah, let's go with that. So here we are again. We're up at the base. They're all dead. I'm getting complimented for my items. That happens every third game or so. Because the first game people would be like, what? We only won because of me. The other games will be like, what? You're such a noob. And the other games will be like, hey, thanks for carrying. Yeah, you're welcome. It's okay. No worries. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident. 3,800 hit points, and they're still all dead. I think they're all still dead. Yeah, they're all still dead. So I'm like, okay, doop-a-doop-a-doop. I'll just tank the tower. Eventually, I realized I can't tank a tower. So I'm just going to run away. Good fun, though. 366 damage with that Bloodthirster. I'm just going to rack up some auto attacks. I do not use my Boomerang because I want the lifesteal portion. I need to bring my health back. I don't want to go back to town because there's no point. I could go back to town, pick up another potion, or I could keep creeping and deny my enemy their creeps. I would have went for the red, except I already had a red. I wasn't actually too confident that I could get it that quick, but I am pretty confident that they're going to be nowhere near Dragon. So, and I'm also very confident the Dragon can't actually hurt me when I'm critting him for 500 with 600 even with lifesteal. So my team covers bot. I'm going to pick up Dragon now. Dragon, of course, also does not give experience anymore, which is a downer. I actually did not like the Dragon changes myself, but c'est la vie. C'est la vie. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. So, melt some creep waves. Just so ridiculous. 700 crit on those things. Katarina's going to go check out the Dragon, but I already killed it. And now she's challenging me one-on-one? What is this? Okay, fine. Just turn right around. I do ignite her just for good measure. Oh, look, a Pantheon. Pantheon who blocks my attack. What a jerk. Yeah, I don't like his scaling attack damage thing, but Spellsy is really not doing that great a job hurting me at all. Garen's going to use his flash to get out of there, and now we are going to be on the offensive. They are really low on hit points. I did not really get dropped below half health there, which I thought was pretty good. And now look at them just run. Spellsy is going to do something. Actually, she just disables my Banshees. What a jerk. But, you know, keep up the pressure. This late game, I mean, there's nothing else for you to do. 47 minutes in. I have 2,900 gold in the bank. I got nothing to do with it except get more potions. And I do think right now you can do a few different things. You can push, or you could farm, or you can go get another item. I can't really do any of that. So another good option is Baron. Now, here's a word of caution. Even though you're this powerful, it really comes down to RNG with the Baron. You might get him, you might not. I think I tried in another game to get him, which had very similar stats to this game, and I failed spectacularly because it turns out I was standing in his poison goo that actually decreases my damage by 2, or well, half. Pachoo! Yeah, sure, that might have been a kill steal, but it was fun. And now I'm going to use my ultimate, I think, here. Yeah, there goes the ult. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Nope, let's not go there. And look at these creeps. They're just going so fast. So using the Ricochet again here, I'm just going to attack this tower. And the Ricochet will basically clean anyone up. Sure, fine. The tower's attacking me. Sure, fine. I don't care. I got 600 hit points, a good amount of armor. But the rest of my team actually does care. I meant to spam B, actually hit escape, and then I tried to do a recall, which wasn't the best idea, but you know, not everyone here. In fact, I think I'm pretty sure that I'm more durable than our tank at this point. We are going to go clean up this red because I figured I just had red, but I don't know where it went. I'm not even going to get it. It's going to be the Moo. I think he smited it actually. He might have. I'm not too sure. 3,900 gold to my name. Nothing to do with it, as I said. Boom. That's just actually, I don't think I hit him very hard. But Cassiopeia is out creeping, and I'm just trying to keep the enemy team contained to their base. It's a very big mind game to them because they want to get out of this base, and I don't want to let them out of this base because if I keep them bottled up, then they can't come hurt my team. They can't come gank us. They can't come do the Baron. With them stuck in their team, not only are they depressed and think they might lose. I don't know what spells he's doing here, but it's funny. But it's a big mind game. It's also a big map control technique. You don't want them to leave. You know where they are, and you know that they're not out farming. They're not pushing lanes. you know, that's very big stuff for me. I'm failing spectacularly with my boomerang as I just spam running around. But they can't do anything. I'm just waiting for my ult. Actually, my ult just came up, and I think I just got bored at this point. My mana is not infinite, even with that mana immune. So I do know that, you know, something has to happen. So there goes the ultimate, and it's just say, all right, fine, I'll get the tower. I don't know why I used flash there. I really don't. But I'm just gonna let the ricochets bounce around right here. I destroyed an enemy turret. Yay for me! No more turret, and down goes the Pantheon, and down goes Mordekaiser, and down goes. Who else died? Maybe nobody. Okay. But we do get now a second inhibitor, and now, right now, I'm just looking to do a lot of fun stuff. Actually, the inhibitor comes back up, so I'm going to knock it back down. A whole bunch of more gold. I'm at 4,700 gold now. This Katarina wants to make something of it, and actually, I think she does make something of it, because I just got abandoned by my team, which is not cool. And my team is coming in for the save. I go down. They're happy. I laugh. 565 gold, that's all my kill streak was worth. That's it. That's it. But they're going to pay with me by at least the Morgana. And hey, now I got, you know, a whole bunch of gold. I don't know what to do with it. I'm back in town. So it's like, well, for the lulz, I don't know. Let's just get something else with it. What do I get with it? I'm trying to remember. Oh, I'll tell soon enough. My team here doing a great job, so they didn't actually turn out to be nearly as bad as I thought. Rocket Man, though, with 2 deaths in the jungle early on, that was just really depressing. So I really assumed he was going to be like super toast. Cassiopeia doing a great job here, though, keeping Eric the God at bay, and now Rocket Man, as I say, he turned out to be really good. You know, good. He was a good Amumu. I wouldn't give him the reason for winning, because that was me. I mean, look at that score. 14-9 on Cassiopeia, 16-4 here on Sivir, and just ridiculous amount of items. Do you see that creep score? I saw that creep score. It was pretty good. And yeah, I'm dead for a long time here. It's kind of boring. But we're pushing in on this Nexus. The enemy team doesn't want to surrender. They don't want to just give up. Now I'm bored, so I'm like, alright, well, guess I'll pick myself up some triple pots. And what's this? A Madred's Bloodbrazer? Sure, why not? So, yeah, I'm doing a ridiculous amount of damage. The only problem with selling your boots, however, is I would not recommend it whatsoever. I was just, you know, playing around, guys, because I am now literally, what, I guess, what's it, well, artillery. I guess I'm a parked artillery. I don't really move that far, move that fast, but I can pack a punch. That is what I am doing. I'm just so slow. Since I am dead, I do have to recharge my Bloodthirster. And hey, why not? Let's go kill Baron. And remember I was kind of telling you about how don't stand in the half damage thing? Yeah, keep a close eye on my damage here. So out goes my ultimate. Pew, pew, pew. Crit him for 369. That was kind of my first impression. It's like, what am I doing wrong here? My damage was just halved. So don't stand in the poison gas, boys and girls. Yeah, there we go. Now my damage goes right back down. Yep, not gonna work. I don't want to waste my pots. I don't want to waste my time. Even with my lifesteal, wasn't gonna happen. So yeah, that's pretty fail on my part. And it's like, oh look, now I'm not standing in poison. Oh look, now it's a lot easier. Oh look. Yep. So with that Baron buff, 432 damage. I don't even have a fully charged Bloodthirster. Like, this build is just ridiculous if you can pull it off. Not every game can I pull it off, but this game was definitely a very fun game for me. 16-4-16. That's a pretty good score, and I could just melt those creeps, no problem. It's actually really funny. So we're just gonna march in here. I mean, the enemy team hasn't even been able to leave their base, simply because, well, I think we all know why. Because, well, super creeps hurt. So this Nexus is going to go down, and that's going to be GG. And I'm not even going to be able to get there. I'm just so slow. So that is the game, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I play Sivir. I hope you like it, and if you'd like to see more of these, let me know in the comments. FourCourtJester, GameReplays.org. And if you like this, you know, check out our YouTube channel, LoL Replays, or you can check out my personal channel, FourCourtJester. Both of those are YouTube channels. You can find me on the Twitter, and you know, hopefully we can start cranking out some more of these awesome kind of show highlight things. Remember, I do casting as well, and I'm trying to break into that scene. So any and all feedback is welcome at this time. And this will be FourCourtJester signing off.